to G9IJA TV News Headlines with your host, Dr. Chan. Subscribe to G9IJA TV News Headlines. Thank you. To you, our beautiful, handsome viewers, thank you for always joining us here on the stables of the G9IJA TV News Headlines. I'm your host, Dr. Champion. How was the night? Hope you slept well. One more time, happy Democracy Day. I hope you enjoyed your Democracy Day yesterday. I would like to encourage our viewers, our fans, lovers of this great station and the things we do to please always go to our social media handles and drop your comments. We shall always respond to them. Let's have an interactive session on our different social media handles so that we can always continue the conversation there. We'd love to hear from you. We'd love to identify with you, and we'd love to express your different statements, comments about what is going on in Nigeria. And for today, we have a striking headline from the Leadership News. Okay, minimum wage, Labour faults Tinubu's speech, insists on 250,000 naira. Now the news in detail. According to the Leadership newspaper, it says Nigerian Labour's Congress has voiced its concerns over President Bola Tinubu's statement during yesterday's Democracy Day's address, in which he painted a picture of harmonious and successful wage review negotiations. The leadership of Labour highlighted discrepancies between the president's remarks and the actual proceedings of the national minimum wage negotiations. According to a statement signed by the NLC acting president, Comrade Adewale Adeyonju, while President Tinubu's address painted a picture of harmonious and successful wage negotiations, the reality, as experienced by the NLC, tells a different story. The Labour leader asserted that no agreement has been reached on the base figure for a new national minimum wage or its components, contrary to the president's claims. He said that the organized Labour's steadfast position is a demand for a minimum wage of 250,000 naira, which they consider a significant concession made by Nigerian workers during the negotiation process. The NLC expressed surprise at the president's announcement of an agreement and suggested that he might have been misled into believing that a consensus has been reached with the NLC and the Trade Union Congress of Nigeria, TUC. Details of that can be seen in the Leadership newspaper. I will move over to the Nation newspaper with an interesting headline: Full honors for heroes of struggle on Democracy Day. Now the news in details. Heroes of Nigerian democracy got due recognition yesterday from President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. He hosted them to a state banquet after paying them tributes in his Democracy Day broadcast. The president reviewed a full military parade to hallmark the day at the iconic Eagle Square in Abuja. He led eminent Nigerians to the event, which also commemorated the country's 25th Democracy Day anniversary, which is otherwise called the Silver Jubilee. Former President Muhammadu Buhari declared June 12 Democracy Day to commemorate the 1993 presidential election won by business mogul Moshood Abiola, who was denied the fruit of his victory by the then military government of General Ibrahim Babangida. The election was annulled and democratic structures were erased to terminate the Bongani Third Republic. Abiola, who declared himself president in the heat of the struggle for his mandate, was arrested, put on trial for treason, eventually died in the custody of the military government in 1998. The country never witnessed democracy until 1999, when the Fourth Republic commenced. May 29, 2024 made it 25 years of unbroken civil rule since Independence Day in 1960. The longest, but celebrations were put forward to yesterday, June 12, 2024. Those President Tinubu named in his broadcast are Chief Anthony Nahoro, Chief Abraham Adesanya, Commodore Don Suleiman, Chief Otto Wankwo, Chief Chukwuemeka Ezeife, Admiral Ndubisi Kanu, Chief Frank Kokori, Chief Bola Ige, Chief Adekunle Jasin, Chief Ganiyu Daudu, Chief Ayo Fasomi, Chief Gani Fawemi, Chief Olabiyi Drojaye, Dr. Beko Ransom Kuti, Chima Ubani, and others who have transited to the higher rank. He recognizes the sacrifices of General Alani Akinrinmade, Professor Bolaji Akinyemi, Professor Wole Soyinka, Chief Ralph Obioha, and Chief Cornelius Adebayo, saying for at least 6 years they bore the pains and difficulties of life in exile. The president said while the exile democracy activists kept the fire burning, their comrades at home sustained the pressure on the military brass hats. Among the later, he said, are Dr. Olisa Agbakoba, Femi Falana, Abdul Oro, Senator Shehu Sani, Governor Uba Sani, Chief Olu Falaye, and other National Democratic Coalition NADECO leaders such as Chief Ayo Adebanjo and Chief Ayo Okpadoko. The sacrifices they made and the precious gifts brought about their selfless devotion can never be repaid, neither shall it be forgotten, President Tinubu said. The president was accompanied to the ceremony by the First Lady, Senator Oluremi Tinubu. And the Punch newspaper has this bold headline, Atiku Obi sympathized with Tinubu over parade ground sleep. Now the news in detail. Former Vice President Atiku Abubakar, the 2023 presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Peter Obi, on Wednesday sympathized with President Bola Tinubu following his sleep at the Eagle Square in Abuja on Wednesday. The president slept while attempting to board the presidential parade vehicle at the Eagle Square in Abuja. Tinubu had approached the vehicle shortly after he arrived for the June 12 Democracy Day celebration and the 25th anniversary of the country's unbroken democratic governance. The president, at 72 years, lost his footing momentarily as he was about to step into the vehicle. However, despite the sleep, the president was quickly lifted up by his security details and continued with the proceedings. The presidency described the incident as a mild misstep. In a post on X, the presidential special advisor on social media, Dada Olusegun, said, Mr. President missed his step while climbing into the truck at the June 12 Democracy Day celebration and trip. It was a mild misstep. He immediately went on with the ceremonial rounds, no issues. Also, Tinubu himself joked about the incident later during the Democracy Day dinner at the banquet hall in the State House in Abuja. He said, in the morning I skipped. It's all over social media. They are confused whether I was doing Buga or Babariga, but it's a day to celebrate democracy while doing Idobale, Yoruba cultural way of greeting. I'm a traditionally Yoruba boy and I did my Idobale. It is a day that is worth of falling for. We aren't going to move an inch. I've heard excellent comments and very touching remarks about myself and about the past. I thank you all. We shall go on a commercial break. And when we come back, we shall be concluding G9IJA TV News headline. Please stay with us. Subscribe to G9IJA TV News headlines. Thank you. Welcome back. And in case you're just joining us, you are watching the G9IJA TV News headlines this morning. I'm your host, Dr. Champion. And as we round up, we pick up Vanguard newspaper with its interesting headline. June 12, Nigerian democracy heralded by dictatorship, not free will of the people. Fashola. Former Minister Babatunde Fashola said the current Nigerian democracy was heralded by dictatorship and not the free will of the citizens. Fashola stated this on Wednesday at the Platform Nigeria, a program by the Lagos-based church Covenant Nation to mark the 2024 Democracy Day. Speaking on the theme Democracy and Free Market, Fashola noted that the current privatization of most businesses in the country was heralded by the military through Decree number 25 of 1988, later amended in 1999, known as the Privatization and Commercialization Decree. Fashola said Nigerians did not participate in the election that gave rise to the emergence of Nigeria's first democratic president. Details of that can be seen in the Vanguard newspaper. Please grab yourself a copy. And away from there, we move over to the Guardian newspaper with the headline, Lukman dumps APC over Tinubu's poor performance. The immediate past national vice chairman, northwest of the All Progressive Congress APC, Salihu Lukman, has resigned his membership of the party over alleged bad governance under the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu-led administration. Lukman, in a letter to selected party leaders titled APC and the Future of Nigerian Democracy, claimed that after 1 year of planless leadership under the President Tinubu-led administration, not much can be achieved during his tenure. He said it behoves all patriots, Democrats, and progressives in the country to take up the responsibility of organizing are mobilizing Nigerians towards rescuing Nigerian democracy from the hands of the APC-led administration. The current alleged absence of communication within the top echelon of the APC, a claim that President Tinubu is inaccessible to many party leaders, even as the policies of his government are clearly anti-people and completely contradictory to even his campaign document, Renewed Hope. Lukman continues as it is, APC and the government of President Ahmed Tinubu have been lost to wild wind, just like we campaigned against military rule and the PDP. We must rise to take to the task of campaigning against the president as Asiwaju wild wind. And that's all we'll have for the G9IJA TV news headline this morning. Please make sure you continue to be patriotic and continue loving Nigeria. We see you again tomorrow. Please stay safe, stay calm. Dr. Champion is my name. Signing out. Bye for now. Subscribe to G9IJA TV news headlines. Thank you.